One of the most effective tools we can use to our advantage is screening. Screening is nothing more than creating privacy fences. In this case, what I've done here is I've created a privacy fence of Miscanthus X giganteus. It is a sterile Asian grass that will not reproduce naturally through any way but the root system. So it does creep about 4 inches a year, but I don't have to worry about all of a sudden it showing up on the other side of the field. It cannot reproduce that way. In this case, what I've done is I've planted 2 rows, 2 staggered rows 3 feet apart. So we've got one plant here, 3 feet over, 1.5 feet down. We got another one here, another one there, another one there, and in a couple of years, all of a sudden you have an effective screen. You can cut that in half, frankly, by going 1.5 foot spacing, and oftentimes you can get an effective screen that first year. It is a perennial, so it comes back year after year after year. So what have we done here? All we've got is we've got this little cove that I went ahead and established an Antler King Trophy clover. We've got the main farm field out here. I don't want bucks to be able to walk down that main farm field, glance back there, and tell if there's any does, fawns, or other bucks back in there. I want them to come over and check it. And since we're going to have him come over and check because he can't see through the screen, he has to go enter it. Because of that, I want to leave this opening in this screen right here because I've got a stand right there. Now I've got a nice little gimme 12-15 yard shot as the deer pile through this opening in our screen. So what does it do? It reduces our social stress levels. It makes it so that out of sight, out of mind in the deer world, I can have a family group or a buck over here. I can have a family group or a buck back in there. They're not stressing each other out because we have separation between them, a visual break. Okay. It also encourages our bucks to waste more time on our ground. Rather than just walk down that edge over there, I've went ahead and checked the entire field, I've checked the food plot back here, there's no does, I can keep going. Now he has to come over here and look. Yes, we're talking a matter of seconds. That's true. 20, 30 seconds extra out of his day. But how often is it that last minute or two of shooting light that ends up getting these deer killed? I don't care if they're over on the neighbors, as long as it's in the middle of the night. I want to keep them busy on the grounds I manage for all the daylight as much as I can. Can I realistically make it so deer never go over to the neighbors during daylight? Heck no, I can't. But I can tick up the odds. The more I tick up the odds, the more I end up winning. Okay, now another form of screening is edge feathering. Edge feathering is doing nothing more than going along about a 5 yard wide band of woods along the edge of an opening. In this case, a food plot. Okay. Now what that's doing is that it's again separating deer, making it so that if he wants to know what's in this food plot, he can't stand 50 yards back into the woods. He actually has to enter the food plot. At the same time, we can have a family group of deer feeding 50 yards back into the woods on acorns, and another family group peacefully feeding out in this food source. Now, again, reducing social stress. And just like with this Miscanthus screen, I can leave openings in the edge feathering. As I said, edge feathering is nothing more than hinge cutting, a 5 yard wide band along the edges, following all chainsaw safety rules, not cutting any dead trees or any trees that make us nervous in any way, shape, or form. We don't have to cut every tree. We can also leave all our high timber value trees behind as well. That is a very, very good way to increase the timber value on our property while increasing the carrying capacity. It's just win, 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 and leave that opening in a safe wind direction through that screening within shooting range of that stand. So now we've got this opening right here, funneling them past us there, and we've got an opening back in there, another 15 yards further down that way, funneling them all within bow range of that stand. Screening is a marvelous tool. It can hide our movements. It hides deer from other deer. It can decrease social stress. It can help place the deer within shooting distance of our stands. And when we're talking edge feathering, we're also increasing the carrying capacity and the amount of food that's on our ground. Now, think screening. Remember, if we can get to that stand and get out without any deer seeing, smelling, or hearing us, it's like we weren't even there. We keep our impact low, we keep our odds high. Screening helps us do that.